Greetings people, my name is Neptix. I hope you're having a good day so far. I just wanted to upload this build. It's a bit of a troll build, which is also why I'm in a Murloc costume, because, you know, I'm a Murloc, apparently. Especially if you ask Goon. Goon thinks I'm a Murloc, so, you know, might as well lean into the memes at this point. But anyways, we're going to be running flags with this build. It's a flag running build, which is why this costume fits even better, because this guy also has a little flag. He's running a little flag, you know? But yeah, it's pretty cool. It's super fun when it works out, and it's super unfun when it doesn't. So I've tried a few things, and I will obviously be telling you how my experiences went and what I would recommend and such. So we're gonna go over a few different things, such as race, what type of build you should make, and some abilities and talents that are good to take when running flags. So let's start off with the races. Things I would recommend for Alliance is Human, because of the extra trinket, and Gnome, but especially Gnome because you have that racial that allows you to escape slows and roots and movement impairing effects. So that's really good when running a flag. And for Horde, I would probably just run Tauren or something so you can stun people, or I would run Undead for the extra fear trinket as well. So that's it for the races. Those are the optimal races for running a flag. The basics of the build is basically you want to run some sort of movement speed because you want to run the flag super fast, and there's a few different ways of doing it. You can either go with Ghost Wolf, or you can go with Aspect of the Cheetah, and I don't think there's any point in running Travel Form. Yeah, there's no point in running Travel Form. It has a cooldown, the mana cost is huge and stuff like that, so don't run Travel Form. The two options you have is Aspect of the Cheetah and Ghost Wolf. Aspect of the Cheetah is way easier to get because it's a blue. I believe Ghost Wolf is a legendary card, so if you don't have it, just run Aspect. The difference between the two is that with Aspect, it's a bit more greedy, and I will get into why. And Ghost Wolf is a lot more defensive. But yeah, it's basically either of the two. That's the core of the build, so you can be running flags super fast. The reason why Aspect of the Cheetah is greedy is because you will get dazed if you get hit while using it, but you can use it while inside, right? You can use it while inside buildings, so if you're running a flag in Wolfgang Gulch, you'll be able to run through the tunnel so goddamn fast. And the thing about Ghost Wolf is it's more defensive, but you can only use it outside. So you will not be able to use it inside, as well as the... what's the other BG called? I can't remember what it's called. The one with the two ramps with the river in the middle. If you run that, Aspect of the Cheetah is also really good because you'll be able to kite people while inside. You'll be able to run up the stairs and stuff like this. Some talents for these things. Pathfinding, almost a must to take, increases the move speed of Aspect of Cheetah and Aspect of the Pack by 10%. That's literally all we want it for. The rest doesn't matter. Mounted move speed is whatever. But yeah, as I said, with Pathfinding, you can use it inside, whereas with Ghost Wolf, you can't. But the reason why it's greedy is because if you get hit, you will get dazed, and there is no way to get out of the daze. You can't use your Gnome racial to get out of it. You can't use a sprint talent that I will go into in just a second. You literally cannot get out of this. Even things such as Hand of Freedom and stuff like that cannot remove daze, at least as far as the testing that I've done. I haven't seen it remove it, so that's why it's greedy, because you will technically be able to run flags faster with this, but as I said, if you get hit and whatnot, you know, you get dazed. So you will have to do one thing called buff weaving. What that is whenever you predict the incoming damage, you want to take off the buff so you don't get dazed. So for example, I have had a dude try to cast a Wrath on me as I was running the flag biome, and as he was casting the Wrath, as soon as the cast was over and the Wrath was like flying through the air, I took my buff off so I wouldn't get dazed whenever the spell would hit me. And then as soon as the spell had hit me, I took the buff back on to try to gain some distance on him. So you want to like put it on and off whenever you feel like you're about to take damage, so you don't get dazed. That's a really good strategy. But that's it for Aspect of the Cheetah. Really strong. The good thing about Ghost Wolf here is improved Ghost Wolf. This also increases the movement speed, and I believe they both equate to about 40% whenever you have both of these talents on. The thing about the Ghost Wolf though is, as I said, you cannot use it inside, so it's a bit slower overall, but it reduces your damage while in Ghost Wolf by 10%. And also, using Ghost Wolf removes all movement impairing effects and increases your speed by 60% for 2 seconds. So that is really, really good. You'll be able to shapeshift out of slows and stuff, and you will have a damage reduction, so that is pretty strong when running a flag. So in my opinion, this is the superior option if you have both the talent and the card for Ghost Wolf. I do not have the Ghost Wolf card, but this would be way stronger than, in my opinion at least, than Aspect of the Cheetah, even though Aspect of the Cheetah is, as I said, technically faster. Some other things you can run are Sprint. Sprint is super strong as well. You get it already at level 10, which is just nuts. You can run Improved Sprint, which basically increases the duration and also allows you to remove slows and stuff like that. This also does not remove the days from aspect of the cheetah. So far, I have not found anything that removes the days from aspect of the cheetah, okay? So just try not to get hit with that, or just run Ghost Wolf. All right, so now you know what the core of the build is. You want to be either running aspect or you want to be running Ghost Wolf. Once you've picked your choice, there are some other talents that are really strong. You will want to pick at least some sort of CC. So anything like Psychic Scream if you're into AoE stuff. If you just want to make sure that the target by no means gets hit out of fear or whatever, because your teammates can hit the target and cancel the fear. Then you can run a stun, maybe a paladin stun. Stuff like that would be really strong for running the flag. So any type of CC is really good. You can run Hand of Freedom. I wouldn't recommend it if you're going, because again, you have so many things to remove the slows and stuff. You have like Gnome Ratio, you have the sprint thingy, you even have the shapeshift if you're running Ghost Wolf. So you won't really be needing any ways to get out of slows, I guess. But you can do it if you're not running Gnome, and if you're running Aspect of the Cheetah, then it might be pretty good. Once you've picked your core spell, either Aspect of the Cheetah or Ghost Wolf, you will want to also grab Stealth. Stealth is for being able to sneak past the enemy team and then get all the way to the flag. I've had some people, once I've run one flag, they just know that I'm there just to run flags, so they will camp or defend their flag at the flag, or before you even get there, they will start running sideways on the BG to like catch anyone trying to flank and get the flag from the sides. At that point, you want to just be stealthing. So for stealth, there are some talents that I would recommend, especially camouflage. You don't really need Master of Deception. It makes it so you have less of a chance to get found in stealth. And this I would definitely recommend if you're going for a stealth build. But since we're just going to be stealthing like far away from people all the way on the flank, and they have no idea that you're there, so you won't really be near anyone anyways, so it doesn't really matter to take Master of Deception here. Camouflage, the reason why I take this, or I would recommend it when doing a stealth version of this build, is because of the increased movement speed, because you just want to be running flags as fast as possible, but also the reduced cooldown of stealth and stuff like that. Really good. Also, one very fun combo is if you run Camouflage in your stealth and you run Aspect of the Cheetah, they will stack. So you will get less of a move speed reduction from being in stealth by running Camouflage here. And then you will gain move speed from Aspect of the Cheetah. So you'll actually be running faster in stealth than people who are not in stealth. It's really weird. You're going to be zooming while in stealth. It's actually super fun. You can get around on the battlefield so fast, even while stealth. It's just absolutely nuts. Alright, so I forgot to talk about this in the original recording, but the way that speed effects work is they do not stack, usually. So things such as Ghost Wolf and Sprint, or Ghost Wolf and Aspect of the Cheetah, or Sprint and Aspect of the Cheetah, or any sort of combo you can imagine is not gonna stack. Also, I believe it also works that way with potions. So Swiftness potions and anything that's gonna increase your move speed is not gonna get added on top of your buff or affected move speed or whatever. The only thing that I know of that actually stacks on top of whatever move speed you already have is the buff that you can pick up in Warsong Gulch in the tunnel, or they also exist as buffs in the battleground that I can't remember the name of, with the river in the middle. There are also speed buffs there that you can pick up as well. And actually, I believe there's also speed and health buffs and stuff in Arathi Basin as well. So, but those buffs, they do stack on top of whatever move speed you already had, but anything else is not really gonna be stacking. So the reason why we take Sprint is because it gives 70% move speed instead of the 40%. So it's a 30% increase for the 5-7 seconds or however long Sprint lasts for. And then also because you can't get slowed. So if you absolutely have to bulldoze through the enemy team because they're defending, that would be when I would pop Sprint with the extra move speed, so you can get away as fast as possible and also get less reduction from slows. So yeah. Other than that, you can run a pet and then run Master Demonologist. Again, this is just for tankiness. As you can see, if you have a Void Walker pet, and you have this buff or this talent, Master Demonologist, you will take 10% reduced physical damage. And if you're using a Full Hunter, you will take 10% reduced spell damage. So that is really strong when running the flag. 10% less damage from this, and then 10% from just being in Ghost Wolf. You can already see that, you're going to be super tanky while running the flag, so that's probably pretty good. As for tank builds, tanks versus healers, I will say I've had way more success on a healer. When running a tank build, you're kind of reliant on your teammates. The thing about tank builds is, you know, you will only be able to go either parry or block or something like that. So you will be really strong into either spell or melee damage. It's kind of hard to have enough of a build to be able to be tanky against both types of damage. So usually it will be either one, and you won't really have a lot of sustain, and if you've taken damage, it's going to be hard for you to regain it because you're not going to have enough abilities to heal, or you're going to have to randomly roll a heal and stuff like this. So what I would recommend instead is find some really strong healer cards early on that can help you run the flag, so you can just heal yourself. Some things that are really good that I would recommend are things such as HOTS, so Renew, Rejuvenation, Riptide, and even talents that increase Riptide. So for example, Mending Tide, super strong in early levels. It gives you an extra heal over time whenever you use Riptide. Things that increase Rejuvenation, healing, and just any kind of instant heal, really strong, so you can use it while running the flag and not having to stop and cast it. Is what I would recommend. So yeah, as I said, in my experience, don't run tank, run a healer build while doing this. Some other tips and tricks you can do is you can get Conjure Food. Conjure Food's pretty good, so you don't have to rest while sitting at base if you run out of mana. You can get Conjure Food from the tome vendor in your major city as well, so it will not take up an ability slot. Another thing, again, this is also a tome that you can get at the vendor in your capital city, but water walking, especially for the BG, again, I can't remember the name, with the 2 ramps and the river in the middle. When you're running flags in that BG, you want to have water walking, especially for the river in the middle, so you don't get slowed down if people are camping the bridge, or if you're on the alliance side, which I was when I was doing testing these builds. You want to be able to go in through the sewer on the horde base, and that is full of water, so you will be able to walk on the water there. So that's going to increase your move speed a lot, or your total time to run the flag. The other good thing about running a healer build instead of running a tank build is when you don't get a BG, which will happen a lot, where there's no flags. So let's say you get South Shore versus Terran Mill. You will still be useful because you will be able to heal your teammates, and especially the Riptide talent that I was talking about. It does quite big AoE heals. So when you're not running flags and stuff, you won't be completely useless. And even, even a battleground such as a Wraithy Basin, where it's just capture a base and not a flag, you will also be useful there because, again, you will just be able to heal your team from the back. So in those BGs, you'll just be playing as a normal healer. And I do believe that your teammates would appreciate that, so they don't have a stealth and move speed bot running around doing absolutely nothing with no damaging abilities. Which is one thing I will say, when doing this, it's very easy to just take a lot of talents and things that can help you run the flag, like CC and stuff like this, and then not have any abilities to actually fight back. So be wary of how many things you take when doing this build that are just utility. Because if it does come down to a fight and the person is like, trying to kill you, the flag carry, at your base or something, because the enemy team also has your flag, you want to at least be able to kind of defend yourself. Because one thing is like healing yourself indefinitely and not dying, but another thing is you also want to kind of kill the enemy if they're contesting the flag with you. Anyways, I think that's about all I have for this build. If you enjoyed it, or if you want to try it, I hope you have great success this weekend. Usually when I upload videos like this, I see a lot of people running the builds. There's a huge influx in the BGs that I'm playing with the builds that I'm running. When I did the Scorch build, I saw like way more people running Scorch now. It's gotten kind of popular. So yeah, and also with that, when I did the one-shot abilities, I see a lot more people who are trying to run the abilities now, especially Sunfire and stuff like this, and Piercing Cleaver. So yeah, we'll see. There's gonna be a lot of BG running people out there taking Riptide and stuff like this, but it is what it is, man. Don't all reroll to this build. We will also be needing hunters and frontline personnel, I should say. So, but if you do decide to try this build, let me know how it goes in the comments. I would love to get some feedback from you guys and let me know how it goes. But anyways, that's it for me. I will see you guys in the next video.